Hey traders, we're going to have a look at the bigger picture on all the indices in this video. So let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alrighty then. So, obviously, as you know, markets were closed. Damn it. It's like, oh, public holidays. I tell you what, when you become a trader, you don't like public holidays. So, what I want to do in this video is I want to go back to basics on all the charts. And I want to have just a real good look at what these charts are telling us and what's actually going on right now with these markets. Obviously, we're getting lots and lots and lots of volatility in the markets. Things are whipping up, things are whipping down. So we're going to have a big picture look at what's going on right now. Now, before I do start, let me actually bring a candlestick chart up here for a minute. What we see there is a big bullish engulfing candle. Big bullish engulfing candle, and it actually closed where it closed right now. That's a very, very positive sign for the Dow Jones with this type of candle. Very, very, very positive. And if we don't get a follow through this week, then we should get a follow through this week. That's the bigger picture candle here. Even if we get like a little pullback, we should see some follow through next week based on this pattern here. But we just got to be careful of that. The reason why is because if you go back and look at the times before we actually had a move down, you can see the market had a big drop down. And then you'd have like a big candle up, and you'd have this rally down, and you'd have this rally up. So the market can do that. But looking at where the market is right now, guys, I don't know, that actually looks quite bullish on the Dow Jones. It really does. Even though I'm bearish overall, it does look quite bullish. Now, a few things that I want to keep an eye on for on this bigger time frame charts. Let's just squeeze this chart up to, say, probably a couple of years. You know what? Let's just go to the last 12. We'll go to the last 14, like that. And I'm going to squeeze this chart up here, and I'll squeeze this chart up a bit more. And so we're going to have a good look at this here. So we have that there, and we can see that this overall level here, where it is right now, this overall highs, this 18,000 level, once again, has indeed been a level of, that's 17,000. You can see that 17,900 to the 18,000 level. That whole area there is definitely indeed an area where it just keeps knocking on the door, knocking on the door, knocking on the door. And you can see, guys, that if this doesn't follow through, to the upside this week, that's a very, very weak sign. Very weak sign, because this is actually quite a positive layout, a positive setup here, if I do say. So we can see that's what's going on through there. Let's actually just open this chart a bit more. Let me just draw a trend line. I'm just gonna. Oh, my chart's doing that thing again, is it? Oh, there you go. My chart is doing crazy things. Alright, let's go at that again, shall we? So we're going to draw this trend line here from support level, this support level up here, and we're going to draw that down just for those highs through there. So you can see the market is actually right on that trend line, isn't it? Right now, it's right on that trend line where it is. You can see the resistance there, and that resistance there, and that resistance there. And now it's right on that level through there. And if I just sort of create a parallel trend line out of that, parallel trend line, you can actually see what's going on here, right? What do we have here? We have this sort of pattern through here. So that looks like a big bull flag, guys. That's bullish. And this candle here, that's actually a bullish scenario. That's very, very, very bullish. This scenario here. So that's where it's like, oh, geez. Because last time we got a bull flag, we broke down. As you can see, last time we got that sort of action where it looks like we're gonna break out to the high side. You can actually see what happened last time we did that. We actually broke down, didn't we? Rejected it and then came straight down. Is that going to happen right now? I don't know about that last week there. That actually looks quite strong. So the Dow Jones quite strong there. That's SLV, which is silver. Silver obviously looks good. Let's go to the S&P and let's see what's going on with the S&P. So the S&P, same thing here, guys, as well too. What we're getting here is we're getting this obviously major high points up there, which is at 2,100. Is definitely an area through there, and we're looking at these tops up here as well too. Again, looking at that this whole area through here, guys, is indeed a strong area of resistance. And you can see 1 top, 2 top, and then 3 top. So it'd be really, really, really interesting to see what actually goes on here. And the reason why I say that is because it's sort of like a do or die situation, and it's like we need to follow. If we need to follow through to the high side if it's going to keep going up. But looking at these charts now, we have created a lower trough, and if you look at this line chart, you can actually see we did create this lower trough. So is that something to come? And on the daily chart, you can see what's going on as well too. So this actually could roll over and then roll down. On the bigger time frame charts, though, guys, on the bigger time frame charts, that actually looks quite strong, like the Dow Jones did as well too. Let's go have a look at the Russell, and let's see what the Russell is doing as well too. So let's bring up a monthly chart on here. What does a monthly chart look like? You can really clearly see that head and shoulder on that monthly chart, can't you? So if I do the eclipse, go that one there, you can see this shoulder, head, and possibly right shoulder forming here. Maybe that's the right shoulder there, and the market's running up, and then we just sort of petered out through there. Petered. If I draw a trend line from there to there, you can see how this long-term trend line, and you can see how I did that. Oop. Hey, easy, tiger. Easy. Oh, doing it again. There we go. You can see at that point through there, that point through there. This is a monthly chart, by the way, and then monthly chart through there, and then now we're rejecting this on a monthly basis where we are right now. So that's a monthly trend line, and you can see how well that actually broke down and broke above. So again, guys, the market has stayed above that ever since 2009, bouncing off it, and now we've broken below it. So longer term time frame chart, guys, I'm looking at that weekly chart. Now I'm looking at this chart, I'm saying, you know what? I can now see what's going on here and what's actually happening here. So let me just squeeze it in just a little bit further, and you can actually see what's going on there. So guys, that overall major trend line through there is definitely where it is right now, is definitely an area where it's having a lot of problems at, and you can see the reason why it had a lot of problems there. So very, very interesting time. The Russell's not really giving that much of a clear picture. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq, and let's see what the Nasdaq's actually telling us. So come on down if the Nas is right. So let's have a look here what the Nasdaq is telling us. So we have that area of resistance through there. We also have again this double top formation. We've had this lower trough. So you know, guys, the Nasdaq to me overall looks the weakest. It really does. And you have that point going through there. So even if we do get a little run to the high side, that'll be definitely an area of resistance. And let's see if we can do something through here as well. So no, nothing really going on there, is there? Make it up, I think. So you can see what's going on through there, guys. You can see that obviously you've got this major area of resistance up here. So you know, and then you got this lower trough through here. So it's made this major lower trough and where we're running right now. So with the Nasdaq, guys, with the Nasdaq overall, if it does fail where we are right now, then we're in deep doo-doo with this one. This one here is the weakest. Nasdaq here is the weakest out of the whole lot. So for me, guys, Nasdaq is I see that as I said this before, but I see the Nasdaq actually dropping down a lot. As in, when the market does start to pull back, I see the Nasdaq actually pulling back the hardest and the fastest. So for me, I'm very short on QQQ right now, and the QQQ. This is the QQQ. So I'm very short on the QQQ, and this is what the daily chart looks like. You can see the market actually, if I squeeze this chart up a bit more, and I just take this trend line down through there, you can see that that's what's happened. Let me just draw the trend line through there. So you can see we had this little fake out, then came down, bounced of support, hit this resistance, came down. We're now at this resistance here. So yeah, so I'm very short. I've got a lot of put options right now on QQQ for the rest of this year. So we'll see what happens with that. So there you go, guys. Anyway, that's what we see, guys, on the overall indices: S&P, Dow Jones, Russell, Nasdaq. It's going to be a pretty good week, guys. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course. And I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.